Hey, hello, my friends. This is Andy over today's CBDO coming to you live from Brea, California. It is 6:30 on a Tuesday night, and I wanted to talk to you about a great business opportunity. I know I've been talking about it for about a year now, maybe a little bit longer, but it's time to go through some real reasons. Just in the sense that I'm going to share exactly what the business opportunity is with you. And just let you kind of sit on it for a little bit and give me a jingle when you're ready to go. But I'll keep coming back a little bit more often with the business opportunity and why I think that this is a great business for us. Those of you that have been in business before and understand business, it's a great for you because it'll be much simpler to train you and teach you with our free business school that we have. And then for those of you that have never been in business but are really interested in changing your life next year in 2020, I think this is one of the best opportunities that you can have for changing your life. And right after this, I will share some of that information with you. All right, just hold on one sec. Hello, London and Rosemary. Glad that you can join me. So we're going to be talking about the business opportunity of VShip for 2020. And, you're going to learn in just a minute that the time is right for this business, for this company, and for this team, and for the products that I'm about ready to tell you about. So let me just go ahead and jump right into it. And that way we can just get started. And then if there's any questions, go ahead and put those in the comment section. If you're watching, I appreciate comments. Let me know that you just say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. If this is your first time watching one of my broadcasts, I would appreciate you just go ahead and giving me any thoughts you might have, or even if you disagree with some of the stuff I'm telling you, I don't care. I would love to hear from you. That way I know what you are thinking and what it is you want to know. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here with VShip and where the dream begins. And this is a company that I found by accident. It was not on purpose. I was in another time, and the reason I started that company with CBD is because I had a bunch of health problems, and I was trying to address one specific one, that's cancer, and found CBD to help me in many other areas. It was during my time with the other company that I discovered not everybody was getting results. And so I changed over to this company because they just simply do it better. All right. So first of all, the big question is that we like to ask people is, what is it you want more out of life? Like in the beginning, what I wanted is I wanted more health, and I wanted more time because I have 5 kids. 4 of them are elementary school, and 3 of them are elementary school. 1 of them is a junior high. And so I want to be able to spend more time with them. I'm so busy working 3 or 4 businesses right now as it is. I'm looking to do that. I travel a lot, so I'm not sure that I need to travel anymore than what I already do. And I would love to be able to give, and I'm going to share that opportunity that our company gives you when you join it. And then, of course, there's the opportunity to make more money, which we're going to learn a lot about during this presentation. The great thing about VShip is that they like to call it a 5-star opportunity. And the 5 stars are world-class leadership. I'll tell you about them in just a minute. Those are our founders. You have worthwhile cause, which is the ability to build wells with Helping Hands in Africa to give people water that don't have water that's readily available. We have generous rewards, and that is for sure. I've seen people get suitcases of cash and their pick of a Mercedes-Benz and other types of vehicles. And I've seen many of our people go on many trips to Greece, not Honolulu, but Hawaii. Where else have they gone? Caicos and something, whatever that's called. And I've seen them traveling all over the place constantly. And then disruptive science and products. That's definitely what we have going on for us. And then, of course, it's the right time. And we'll definitely be talking about that. So it's a 5-star opportunity with VShip. So here's our leader, Dallin Larson. He has 30 years of experience in the business. He's earned billions of dollars in commission, billions of dollars been paid in commissions. He's the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, which he's the only network marketer to get that title. All the rest are, Bill Gates and those types of people. He has created VShip into one of the top 50 healthcare companies in the world, and he was CEO of the year. He's also, just made millions of dollars in the industry. He has a great story about how his sister was one of his first brand partners for a company that he used to be with many, many years ago. And now she speaks and talks about the millions of dollars she's earning. And right now she's just simply benefiting from all the years of service and getting a great income after starting somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 years ago with Dallin when he first started. So she's just raking in the residual income as it's coming in. All right, and this is the overall team. You got Daniel Pico, who is a co-founder. He's a great guy, and the co-founder and president of VShip. You got Dallin Larson, who is the founder and CEO. Carrie Larson, who is Dallin's wife and founder, and then Dan Zhu, who is in Asia. So he's in charge of the Asia Pacific area, and so he's the Asia Pacific president. And so what is the problem with wellness right now in healthcare? It is that traditional supplements in this space traditionally are not absorbed by our bodies very well. We have a big problem with absorption. If you've ever taken a vitamin where you take it and then 10 minutes later you go pee and it's orange, bright orange, that means that you are not absorbing whatever it is that you just took, and it is simply going down the toilet. And it's not giving you any power, from that supplement that it's supposed to be giving you. And that is the idea with many medications and many supplements, that if you don't have some type of delivery system, it simply is not going to get in your body. Now, that is the problem with CBD. And I'm going to come back to my screen really quick for just 1 second. And CBD, when I first started with HempWorks, I was getting some results because I was taking a lot of it. And that is because only 6 to 13% of it actually gets into your body in a best case scenario, right? An average of 6 to 13%. That means people are below 6% in absorbing some of this stuff. And so the absorption rate of a pure CBD is so low that you either have to take a very large quantity, or if you're taking something like 250 milligrams or 500 milligrams, you're probably not seeing any results. And that was the problem I was having with the people that were buying product from me, is that about 50% of them were not getting results. And I could not figure out why at the time. So I did some research. I found out that you needed to have a delivery system because pure CBD is not very absorbable, and we have problems getting it into our system. So that is the issue. And so that's why this next thing is important. So as we go through this presentation, we're going to talk about something very, very important, and that is the delivery system called Liposomal technology. And that is one of the biggest differences, not the only difference, but one of the biggest differences between VShip's CBD and the rest of the world. In addition, again, to a bunch of other reasons. But liposomal technology is a thing that they wrap the nutrients of CBD in so that our body can actually absorb it. Following this slide would normally be a video, but I was not able to get that video loaded up in time. It just was having some problems for some reason, so I couldn't get it into the Google slides that I'm using to do this presentation. So I have a video. I'll try to share that in the comments so that you can see the video that talks about how this all works. And the video does a much better job than I do in relationship to showing you how it actually works into our system. All right. So this is just one more reminder that early on in this company, in less than 2 years, I think it was something like 18 months or something like that, VShip became one of the top 50 healthcare companies in the world, voted into that position by AFAH, which is the International Forum of Advancements in Healthcare. Again, that is an incredible thing, right? That just is not heard of in any industry, right? That within less than 2 years, you're able to take it from a startup company, which they still believe they're a startup company, and then within the 2 years, you're already one of the top 50 healthcare companies in the world out of thousands. I think it's something like 4,000 healthcare companies were looked at, and VShip found itself in the top 50. Now, there's some people and some rumor that I've heard that it was 18th. Is the position of the company, and that I'd rather say 18th, but I've not been able to get confirmation yet, and so I want to make sure I get that before I say that for sure. But that's the rumor that I heard. All right, so let's look at the products that VShip has, and there's some great products here, and I take every single one of them, and they virtually have changed my life. I have lost something in the neighborhood of 35 to 40 pounds since I joined VShip and began using the products. I'm healthier than I've ever been before. My blood pressure is much better. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I'm no longer a whole bunch of things unhealthy-wise, and a lot more of the healthy side of who I am supposed to be. I feel much better than I do even remember feeling when I was in my 20s or 30s. And so, of course, I've talked a lot about CBD. It's the one and the only one. It's a patented formulation, has liposomal technology. It tastes great. You know, that's one of the things that the objection that I got with the other company was that their product tasted horrible, and people were not taking it just because it didn't taste good. It wasn't that they weren't getting results; they just couldn't continue taking it because the taste was so bad. And again, I happen to be more tolerant, so I was able to take it. But there's some people that just aren't that tolerant. It's from plant to package, produced in the USA. It's patent protected, as I said before. It's THC free. It is THC free. People have been tested, so police officers could take it, airline pilots, and who else? Military people can take it, although I think military have been told that they can't even take CBD. Now, how they can test for CBD, I have no idea, because our body makes CBD. So if you're going to be tested for CBD, all of us would be found in violation of the military rules, because we have CBD in our body. Naturally, if we eat broccoli, we have CBD. If we eat kale, we have CBD. So I'm not sure how they can do that, but I'm just telling you that it's THC free. That's the most important thing. It's organic compliant, non-GMO, and a broad spectrum formulated. Things that may help with are anxiety, mood, relaxation, immune health, heart health, and more. Now, I just did a presentation yesterday on the endocannabinoid system where I list a far longer list of things. And so you may want to scroll down wherever you're watching this and look for that video, because I go into greater detail in regard to the endocannabinoid system. I'm going to come back to, I'm sorry, there's one more. So CBD is projected to be a $22 billion industry by 2022. All right. So that is not something to sneeze at. That is going to be huge growth, considering it's nowhere near that right now. It's somewhere in the millions right now. And so by 2022, that's only a short 2 years away, as soon as we get into 2020, and it's going to be a $22 billion company. I'm going to just come back to my video here just for a second, but I just want to remind you that CBD, although it is the reason I got into, the only reason I'm here. All right, it just started that way. And that is why I'm here. And this next bit of products that I'm going to tell you about, I'm not going to be able to tell you about each one of them individually, but the next couple of products I'm telling you are fantastic, and they're supercharged by the addition of CBD. So if you're taking Renew, it supercharges the ability of Renew to help you with inflammation, help you with the aging process, and taking the CBD along with it, just in some ways, and I can't give and say it's exact, but it's almost like at 10 times, maybe even with some people, even more than that, the effects that you would normally get from Renew. It just seems to boost it, and is a great partnering product with some of the other products. All right. So as we move forward here, right there, we have Eternal. Eternal was the product that VShip initially made most of its wealth on, and because CBD has only been around for VShip for the last 6-7 months or so, 8 months or something like that, and so it's not been very long. It could be a little bit longer than that, but so VShip's been around for over 2 years now, and then Eternal was the product that seemed to be the one that most people wanted, and really was making VShip and a lot of other people very successful, and some people became millionaires before CBD even became a product in VShip's product line. And the reason being is because it's an antioxidant with polyphenols. What? That thing right there. I should have read that out loud. I just read it in my head before I went through this. Polyphenols. There you go. Polyphenols. And then you got your 10 super fruits, your glutathione, your hydrolyzed collagen, microactive CoQ10. And I understand that that's supposed to be fantastic. I don't know exactly what any of those things are necessarily, but I know when I take Eternal, if I have any irritations on my skin, like any eczema or something like that, I know other people too, those things seem to disappear. People begin to feel better. And again, the skin starts to glow just a little bit. And people really think that it really begins to turn back that aging process. And that is an important aspect of Eternal. It combats premature aging. Oh, there we go. Now we have the list. Maintain healthy immune system, healthy immune system, counteract effects of free radicals, stimulate collagen production. Hope they don't give me that word again. Maintain cardiovascular health, target root cause of aging at a cellular level. All right. So at the bottom, it says these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. So it's always important to say these are dietary supplements, so we can't make any claims and can't tell you that they cure you. But I'm telling you, these are the only things that I've added to my life, and my life has changed since I've added these products to my life. All right, so here's just a breakdown, and I might speak a couple of them. But so you got the antioxidants of Eternal, then you got Renew, which I just told you about, which helps you with your joints and inflammation in regard to joints. So if you have arthritis, Renew is a great product to take. Sleep is another fantastic product. I've only had one person so far in the number of people that have taken sleep and buy sleep from me that say that it really didn't impact them. Almost everybody else says it's a miracle because they've tried everything else, but this sleep really seems to give you a good night's sleep, and you wake up in the morning without feeling groggy as if you've taken something like Tylenol PM or something like that. Then we have Brain, which is also called Neuro. Sorry, when I move my mouse, that thing comes up at the bottom. So Neuro is is a fantastic product. I've been taking that. I've suffered from concussions. That's what got me retired from the police department, anxiety, PTSD. And since I've been on Neuro mixed with CBD, I have not had any issues in regard to any of those ailments since I began taking those things together. And again, that's my story, but I can't tell you that it cured me. Vtox for detoxing. You got V Slim, like I told you before. I think I've lost about 35 to 40 pounds since I started with Viseo. V3, it's a great energy drink. I've not had a cup of coffee. I've not needed a cup of coffee since I've been with Viseo. And so I've saved a ton of money in the type of coffee that I used to drink, which was like a double shot coffee, a red eye and a black eye. So a $4 or $5 cup of coffee, maybe once or twice a day. And now I no longer spend money on coffee on a daily basis. And then, of course, I had the Keurig on top of that. And then the Core Complete, which is a nutritional vitamin pack, which, again, is the best in the business. And I take that on an empty stomach. I don't feel nauseous, and my pee does not turn yellow. And that's me, again, me. So I love it. My body obviously needs all the vitamins in there, so it utilizes all the vitamins I take, and so I don't get that end result from taking them. And again, I take it on an empty stomach. Most vitamins, if you take them on an empty stomach, you get nauseous and sick because of whatever crap that they put in there. All right, this next thing is coming out in, you can order it now, but it'll be out for delivery January 31st. And this is our new product. And nobody, some people have tried it and they say it's fantastic. I've seen some of our brand partners put it on and say that they've seen great results and they're excited by it. But it's called Belleza, and is now skincare. And so in our body, of course, I've talked about the brain in regard to my PTSD and anxiety, and how the products that I've taken have helped me with that. I've talked about my body with the aches and the discomfort and the pre-diabetic diagnosis with CBD and some of the other products. That has all disappeared. And the only thing we didn't have up to this point is skin. And that is a very important part of our body because it's the biggest organ in our body. And now Belleza has an answer. Viseo has an answer, and it's Belleza, and it is fantastic. It is a complete daily skincare system that uses liposomes to deliver nutrients deep into the epidermal layer for a superior absorption. And this is kind of how it works. You see on the left-hand side of that line, if you're watching on the phone, it might be hard. But those green dots would be the nutrients that need to get in your body, and they all stop at the epidermis. They don't get down into the dermis because our body does not allow them to. It doesn't absorb into that portion of the skin. And so most of the skincare products that you take stop at the epidermis. The product that we are introducing has the liposome technology in it. And Belleza, I couldn't think of the name. It's brand new. I couldn't remember the name. Belleza has liposome technology in it, and you can see it makes those nutrients much smaller, where now they penetrate through the epidermis into the dermis and all the way through the three layers of the skin. And so, number one, our skin struggles to absorb traditional non-liposomal skincare products. A liposome is a power pack of active ingredients. It keeps ingredients protected until they reach the deepest layers of the skin. Viseo uses multi-layered liposomes that hold and deliver a variety of youth-promoting nutrients where they need to be, and that's deep into your skin. So you have first the Liposome Serum, which goes on first, and you place it on your skin. It promotes healthy environment on your skin surface. It firms the face and forehead, reduces appearance of aging. Then you apply Liposomal Rejuvenating Cream. It switches off the skin's response to aging triggers, brightens and nourishes the skin, enables dry skin to retain moisture. And then we have the Liposomal Hydrating Mist, which again goes into a protective mode and protects you from pollution. I was going to say pollutants, pollution, blue light from digital devices, and extreme environments. About this addition. Let me see if let's go back. I'm gonna leave that there. Go ahead and come back to my screen really quick. But I mean, we already have all the other products, right? We already have the V3 and the Eternal and the Renew and all the which is right here. The cream has been fantastic for those aches and pains. And so you take all this additional things for the internal part of your body, but we weren't necessarily taking care of the. And so you can be now like me walking around feeling healthy, but not, not maybe your skin's not feeling healthy. And so when you look in the mirror, you're going, I feel great, but I look like crap. I look old. Not really, but I'm just saying now we have that additional part, right? Now we feel good. And what do they say? It's better to look good than it is to feel good. So if we only feel good, then we're missing the most important part, and that is to look good. So adding the skincare products, I think it's been a fantastic addition to what it is we have going on. And I think now that we have that, I think we pretty much have it down. I do have some other products, but in another day. Oops, I forgot to change my view here. Sorry about that. All right, so let's go into this next part. So now we're going to get into the money a little bit. And what we're living in right now is what's called the gig economy. Workers have turned to side gigs as a way to work with more their income. Uber, Instacart, DoorDash, Lyft, Airbnb. And so, what's funny? Those first four is that you drive around and almost every other vehicle either has an Uber sign in their back window or Lyft or a magnet on the side that says Instacart or DoorDash. I've seen probably 3 DoorDash today. I've seen 15 Uber and Lyft drivers. And I go to the grocery store and there's 5 people there with Instacart filling up these Instacarts. And then the Airbnb, that's the only thing I've not used. Oh, yeah, I haven't used an Airbnb. In Nashville, Tennessee, I was in an Airbnb. Ugh, it was the worst experience that I had. And so it was a horrible bed. But for me, I know other people have had great experience with Airbnb, but this is what's called a gig economy. We're doing other things in addition to our regular jobs to try to earn some income. And what they predict is 79 million home-based businesses will start in the next 5 years. So if you're going to pick one, you got to pick one that's going to be in a place of momentum, and definitely CBD and wellness products, wellness and health, the healthcare industry are on the upswing, right? There's more people that are, in some of these age groups that are in the point in their life where they begin to need to start taking care of themselves because they didn't take care of themselves before. And so like me, I was falling apart, my late 40s, early 50s, and needed something to be different. One of those things was taking better supplements. The supplements I was taking at the time were not helping. I wasn't taking care of myself, and I was no longer able to take myself to the gym. And so, like many other people that age, you need something that actually works, and VShip just simply works. And so what people are finding out, because our company is growing like you wouldn't believe, again, it became one of the top 50 healthcare companies in the world. That's debt-free. It's already in the millions of dollars of payouts for its brand partners like me, and not me that I made $1 million, but it's like me as a brand partner. There's other brand partners that have only been in less than a year. Again, this company's only been less than a year, and they're millionaires. One of them just became a millionaire a few weeks ago. We saw her name is Kim Botker, and they gave her, a vase at one of our team events, and announced that she had just become a millionaire, paid off her house, paid off all of her bills. She's debt free and a millionaire. All right. So this is where we're at, where it says VShip's grand opening was just, again, not that long ago. And then I wonder if I can use one of these things here. Pointer. Oh, look at that. I have a pointer. So right here, I should have known that from before. So right here is where we are, right here at the very bottom of the ski slope, right? And then what they're predicting, in 2022 is, as we're coming up into the billions of dollars, that's where you want to be in this company. So if you join here and start to bring people underneath you as brand partners and showing them how to run the business, which is the best part of, I think, our company is our business school and our group, then you are in the right place. You're at the very base of the ski slope, and you are going to grow and grow and grow alongside with the company and begin to make some money in addition to being healthy. All right. So it's people like Grant Cardone has said, amazing things are happening with VSeo, stellar leadership, amazing products with 4 global offices. They're building a big brand. Don't sit still. Kevin O'Leary from the Shark Tank, he says, it's amazing to see what's happening at VSeo. To be only 2 years old and have revenue of $100 million a year is amazing. I don't care what business you're in or what sector, that kind of growth is spectacular. Maria Fiorni Ramirez, the world's foremost financial forecaster. She happens to be on our board also with the millions of new people entering the gig economy, coupled with expected growth in the CBD market. No company is better poised to create significant global market share over the next several years than a company called VSeo. Amazing. We have Dr. Earl Mindell. He's spoken at a couple of our events here locally and at our conference. And he said, over the past several decades, I've sold tens of millions of books in over 40 countries, educating the public on the benefits of nutrition and supplementation. With this in mind, I couldn't be more enthused and inspired by it. Finally, a company that has pioneered a delivery system, advanced liposomal technology that allows nutrients to be absorbed more efficiently by the human body. This is what I've looked forward to my entire career. Dr. Earl Mindell, author of the international best-selling nutritional books, The New Vitamin Bible. Wikipedia says, regarding the use of liposomes as a carrier of dietary and nutritional supplements, until very recently, the use of liposomes were primarily directed at targeted drug delivery. However, the versatile abilities of liposomes are now being discovered in other settings. Liposomes are presently being implemented for the specific delivery of certain dietary and nutritional supplements. A very small number of dietary and nutritional supplement companies are currently pioneering the benefits of this unique science towards this new application. That would be VSeo. This new direction and employment of liposome science is in part due to the low absorption and bioavailability rates of traditional oral dietary and nutritional tablets and capsules. The low oral bioavailability and absorption of many nutrients is clinically well documented. Fantastic. All right, let me just come back to this one thing really quick here before I go on. I saw my little laser was still on. I like that London said I was so smart. I love it when a lady says I'm so smart. I went backwards. Sorry, going backwards. Hey, Erica, nice to see you. And I already mentioned Rosemary. So happy to be on this journey. Me too. Steve Hunt, I missed from earlier. Awesome. All right. So I just want to finish off with the fact that we have these great financial leaders recognizing VSeo and what has been happening in the last 2 years, that in their amazement that it's grown into $100 million of revenue in a very short period of time, that it's become one of the top 50 healthcare companies in the world in a very short time, that it's debt-free. They have 4 offices all over the world, and coming out with new products, new technology. The formulations are patented. We have a great science team. We have, Tracy, I almost said Andy Gibb. Tracy Gibbs is our scientific advisor. I can share more information about him with you if you ever want to know a little bit more about him. And then we have our doctors. We have 4 doctors on the board that review everything that's being done. And again, just a great team of people, including the founders and co-founders, that have put something together that is simply spectacular. All right, so did it again. I didn't switch over before I switched. There we go. All right, and so there's 8 ways to earn. And I don't have time. I don't want to address this yet because I don't do a great job on this part. So I'm going to be, just admit to you, be transparent and say, this is not my strength, but I do know the 8 ways. I just can't explain them in detail so that they would be easily understood. But of course you have your customer sales, which is going to be increasing. As a matter of fact, there's a big change they're going to be making. Daniel Piku, who's one of the co-founders who deals with this part of the business, has mentioned that we are going to get additional bonuses in regard to customer sales, and that makes me happy because that's what I primarily see doing. You get 20% a bonus for product introduction. You get team commissions up to $28,000 a week as a bonus. Dang it. And again, there's more details on that. I can't go into it because I'm not sure of all the details and I don't want to, steer you wrong. You got matching bonuses, which is another way of earning money. Advancement. You got global leadership, 3% of global sales, and lifestyle trips, and multiple business centers. Once you get the Black Diamond, as you begin to grow, you get more opportunity and more things become available to you. All right. So team commissions. And again, this is going to be explaining that team commissions part of it. You build 2 teams, each 240 to 480 points. Again, this is something that we'll need to go into more detail when you're interested, want to find out. And you earn a $28 a cycle bonus, earning up to, again, $28,000 a week. And there are people doing this. This is not impossible. I've heard of people doing it. Here are all the different levels that you go up in, not grow up in, but I guess you could grow up in, but you go up in, you start as a brand partner. The next thing is a star 800, bronze, silver. And then when you get gold, which is a very easy thing to do for the most part, again, as long as you work hard, it's easy as long as you work hard. And you simply get 2 people on either side of your growth. And then you teach them how. And as you do that, that will get you a goal very simply. And next thing you know, you're on a cruise. And then as you go up, you get more bonuses, you get more trips, and you get to, have VIP dinners and a whole bunch of other things as you go up. So that is kind of the way that it goes as you grow up in rank. I would keep on to say grow. So what we're telling you is not to wait. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, which is a pretty corny slide. I think they should change that. All right. So 1 is the best thing to do is get a foundation pack. And there's a couple of different foundation packs you can get. They're about $1,500, which is cheap considering you're starting a business. It cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of about $40,000 to start my first business. So $1,500 to start a business, an international distribution company, is nothing. And it is fairly easy to do. All right. And so you're either going to get a foundation pack of CBD. If primarily your thing is CBD, you'd get 8 packages of CBD oil and 5 packages of cream, or you get the 15 packages of Eternal. Again, that was with the most popular product before CBD came around. Or you can do what I did, and I just get the foundation pack, which is all of the products that we have to offer. And that way I can try them all, use them all. I can even give people some parts of that package, and you even get some sample packages that you can hand out to people that you think want to get started. Excuse me. All right. The next thing you want to do is enroll into the loyalty convenience program, which simply means auto shipping. And so what I do every month, I have CBD oil and a couple other products come to me automatically every month. And that keeps you in good standing with the company. And you also, of course, want to take the products and use them. So you have a story to tell, but you also want to have some product on hand so that when you have somebody that you think is going to be a strong brand partner, you can give them a bottle. And you can say, hey, you know what? When you get a bottle, just give me that one back. And that's a really good thing to do to get more prospects and people that are interested in your program. And then you can go into VShip. VShip means you pay $119, and for a year, your shipping is free. They don't tack an additional shipping onto the deliveries. And so you can just pay $119 one time annually, and that will pay for all the packages that get shipped to your house from that point on. Number 3, become a star maker. And so you are going to sponsor those 2 people on your left and 2 people on your right. Or no, I'm sorry, 1 person on the left, 1 person on your right. And then you teach them how to do that so that they get 1 person on the left, 1 person on the right. And you do that. And that's when you become a star maker and you get some additional bonuses. All right. So pretty easy to do. We have all the support tools you need. We have a magazine that comes out that you can hand out to your prospects. We have the app, and we have trifolds and things and everything it is that you need to be able to tell people about your product and hand those out at tastings, or if you have a street fair that you might be at and that kind of stuff. And there's also banners you can purchase and business cards. Everything you need to run a business is available. Of course, some of it costs money, some of it doesn't. And so you'll have to determine, where it is you want to invest in your company. But I would suggest that if you're going to have success, you need to invest in your company. We all have. I've been an entrepreneur for many, many years. I've had a lot of businesses that I've had to invest in, and you just have to do it or else you're not going to succeed. All right. So now we have our partner in giving, and that is Hearts and Hands for Humanity. And what we essentially do is help them build wells in Africa to those locations where water is not very available. And they've had to, have to walk a mile to get and then carry it back on a daily basis, which we take for granted, right? We go pee in the toilet and we flush the water down into a sewer, where in these other places, water is precious and they barely have enough to drink. And so what VShip and Hearts and Hands for Humanity, we have began building a large number of whales in Africa. And they do it every time we have an event. We talk about the number of whales that has gone up event we are at. That's what I love about this place. And there's some of the children that are drinking out of the wells that have been built, and those are some of the pictures of the wells that are the type of wells that are being used. A plaque goes on them that says either the name of the team that's building the well, or you can donate to your children or something like that. And so there's all kinds of things you can do in regard to building that well if you decide that you want to use your wealth in building some wells. Convention coming up January 30th and February 2nd. I just got my airline tickets today, as a matter of fact. And right now it's $149 for the regular price. If you wait until you get there, it's $169. I would suggest that you join me there, and you can really see what all these people are all about. You will be amazed at the difference between this company and other companies. And I noticed that because it is a strong difference between the company I was with previous to VShip and what VShip is, and especially my team that I'm on. And so come and join us in that at that convention. That would be fantastic to have you there. All right, so that's it for that presentation. I just wanted to share that with you. That was my first time going through that, so it's kind of fun to go through some of that stuff and see what kind of slides are on there and talk about those slides. So very happy to do that and finally go through we call it a flip chart. Finally go through a flip chart all the way through. What I've done up to this point is that I've used portions of a flip chart from time to time, but that is the very first time I've gone through that very flip chart. It's actually a new version because it includes the skincare part of it. So I'm wondering, because I've not seen anybody else do it. I may be the first one, or one of the first ones besides maybe Daniel Piku, who has actually done the flip chart or with the Belleza skincare in there. So I appreciate your time and watching. If you know anybody or you just want to share this on your timeline, that would be fantastic. If you're watching this and not a part of the VShip company or the Overcome Nation team, and you think maybe this would be good for my daughter or my boyfriend or my husband or somebody to look at and see what this is all about. And again, we can go into more detail. If you want to talk to somebody, I can connect you with somebody that knows a lot more about the payout system than I know. I struggle with that. That's just not my thing. I've never been good at math. And so I know that I have plenty of people that I can call on. I can get you on a call with them, and they can explain and go into more detail as to how all those work and how much VShip and Overcome Nation means to them too. So you're not just getting my perspective, and then you can join us. All right. So just feel free to do that. And again, I want to thank all my friends that joined, like London. I appreciate it. Who else is on here? Erica, Steve Hunt was in. Yep. And some other people I saw there at some point. There was like 15 people. We're broadcasting live in YouTube, in Twitter, and Twitch. So Twitch and my Twitch and Twitter fans and YouTube fans, hello. Make sure and comment. I love it when I see a comment come up from YouTube or Periscope. That's awesome. And then have not had one come up from Twitch yet. One of these days, somebody's gonna be watching from Twitch and they're gonna comment, and I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna be happy. All right, that's it. I appreciate all of you joining me. Have a great night, and I will see you at the next one. Take care. Bye.